A champion is a leader dedicated to perfection. This is William Hollis from Tuskegee University. This is my Superior Sports Network, certified and approved. Hey, I'm William Hollis, Tuskegee University, middle linebacker, outside linebacker.
Mr. Hollis, tell me a little bit more about your position that you actually play at Tuskegee University.
I play middle linebacker, Mike linebacker, leader of the defense, the energy plug, you know, the person that keeps the defense up and ready to go. I'm the inspiration. I keep them going.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hollis. I heard that you had a lot of great stuff in your history, especially a lot of stuff from your past. Could you get some of our viewers and stuff actually what you have experienced going through this up and down of your football career?
Man, I experienced a lot, man. I experienced the tough part of life, you know, the real world, as they say. You know, college is, to me, I think it's a fairy tale world. To me, it's you really get to do whatever you adults, and you get to do whatever you want to do. But you know, in life, you have to handle business. You have to prioritize, and I had to prioritize and take care of my daughter. You know, it's been a rocky road, man, just trying to stay focused and chase my dream. You know, at one point I thought my dream would be over with, but, you know, I believe God was with me, and after I lost my mom, he kept me strong and gave me the strength to get back in shape and get back on the field to Tuskegee. You know, they gave me a great opportunity. They didn't promise me anything. I had to earn and get everything back. And basically, man, that's about it, man. Just went through a lot, man. Just life situations. You know, I'm not saying my situation was worse than anybody else's, but it was pretty hard and it's pretty rough. But I think with God, you keep belief in God, I think anything is possible. And you can prosper.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Somebody's watching this interview right now, maybe an athlete or maybe a student or something is actually contemplating in playing football. However, they're a procrastinator. They think that everything should be given to them. What type of words of wisdom would you give to that player that was watching this actually interview from you at this time?
I think, man, only thing I can tell you, man, I can say that nothing is given to you. You have to earn everything. Number one thing, you have to stay humble because, like I said, the Lord has a funny way of punishing you. He will give you everything you can imagine. He will take everything away. And it's how you deal with it after you take it away. And for the most part, I just want you to stay humble and stay positive. Always be a leader, never be a follower, and never let anybody tell you what you can't do. And just stay humble. For the most part, that's the most important part of everything. I had to learn the hard way. Just stay humble, man, and never burn any bridges, and stay positive and try to be down to earth with your fellow, you know, if you're in school, fellow students, your staff. Never walk around like you're bigger than anybody, and just interact with the world, man, because it's a great place and there's great people out there.
Okay, let's say President Barack Obama came in today, is sat down, got a chance to talk with you. What would you guys talk about?
First of all, I tell him, hey, why don't you come to the game September 1st against Alabama A&M. And I just asked him. I would just honestly, I would thank him for the new medical insurance. You know, he gave us the free medical insurance. I think that's big for a lot of people. You know, where I'm from, in poverty, and I would tell him he's been a great inspiration in my life. You know, from what he accomplished as a black man and as a president of the United States. That's huge. And when you see that, I feel like if you can see a black man becoming a president, you should see yourself being able to do anything you want to do. You know, and not just because he's a president. I feel like in any kind of future endeavors you want to achieve, you want to be successful in, you can do it. It's definitely an opportunity for you to do it, and you can make it to the top.
Okay.
That's the first thing I talk to him about.
What would you consider a leader in your own words? What does a leader means to you?
A leader is someone that tells the truth. A leader is someone that leads by example, not just with his mouth. A leader is somebody that can persevere through things that the people that's following you can't. And a leader helps the other people, just helps lead people into great situations. And I feel like a great leader can put his hands around, well, in football terms, put his hand around a whole team, and that team will follow him into anywhere, any situation, into any battle. I look as a leader as the best leaders in the world to me is army generals and stuff like that, man. Because to convince a man to go out there and potentially have to lose his life one day, could lose his life going into fights, that's a strong person, and that's a special person.
Do you believe in the word there, without any struggle, there's no progress? How do you feel about that cliche, actually, a lot of people actually been getting?
Honestly, man, that's so crazy to ask me that question, because I always talk about how every great king had to take a loss before he became a king. And I look at it like me in general, I have been through so much that I feel like where I'm from, a lot of young men would have given up and turn their back and just fold it. But I feel like, just like, for example, I look at Martin Luther King. He had to take rocks to the head, beatings, everything to get his point across. Malcolm X had to go to prison for years before he learned to be a great man. And I feel like that is one of the realest statements in life, that you do have to endure something to be, to be something great, to be something. And not saying that everybody has endured something and was a great person, but people follow people that been through things. And that's what I learned. Growing up, somebody came to my neighborhood and talked to me, I always said, okay, has this man endured what I endured? Has this man went weeks and weeks and weeks eating ramen noodles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? And for this man to say he has, and to look at a successful man out of my eyes, from the hood, they say, like I say, from the hood, to see that, that's a great accomplishment. And like I said, that's special. That's really special.
Mr. Hollis, what is your passion in life?
My passion in life, man, after my mom passed, man, my first passion was to take my mother out of the depths of the hood of Detroit, Michigan, Pontiac, Michigan, and just basically, man, just give back to kids, just give back to kids that grew up like me, growing up with, nobody coming to your games, and basically, man, like I told you in the beginning of my life, I was cocky, I was arrogant, but I was cocky and arrogant because at the end of the day, when I used to play my games, nobody was there to root for me. So when nobody's there to root for you, you celebrate yourself, and that, I feel like that's a big part of the black community. That's why we get so many cocky players and talkative players, because basically, man, they misunderstood. It's a lot that goes into it. Like I just love to tell young kids that come from my situation, sharing underwear, socks, shirts, clothes with your brothers and all that, man, because honestly, that's what made me who I am and the person I am. Like I feel like I'm a role model in so many ways, and kids from low end poverty neighborhoods, they can understand and they can feel me. They feel where I'm coming from, and everything I do is real. And like I said, man, it's my journey and my job, for the rest of my life after I lost my mother, was to tell women. I used to watch my mother cry about things that she couldn't do for me and the things she couldn't do for us. And I pride myself, like when I see a drug addict on the street, I see my mother, a woman. I see a mother. I see much more. I just see things that other people don't see. And when you have nobody to believe in you, that's when you crumble. And like I said, I've been blessed to have so many people that's other than my family to stay behind me and show me love. Because like I said, even the biggest, baddest man in the world never wants to be alone. Everybody needs a friend. And like I said, I want to be a friend to a lot of inner city kids that don't believe in themselves, don't believe that they can do anything, because I come from the same place. And on my journey in life, my dream is to be an NFL linebacker, but my dream also to be a motivational speaker, to a lot of to the youth. I want to help the youth. Like I said, if football don't work out, I want to be a football coach. I want to start off at a middle school level and work my way up. I don't want to start right away at the college level. I want to save a life, because I know so many great men that saved my life, and I could have went right. I could have went left. I mean, when everything was going bad, and I feel like I got a story to tell, and I'm going to continue to tell that for the rest of my life. And hopefully, I save somebody's life, someone's life, and make them believe in themselves, and stay behind them until I'm gone. And that's my biggest thing.
Okay, wonderful. Last question. What word describes you? One word.
I would say passionate.
Okay.
Very passionate. Passionate is the word that describes me.
Okay. All right. And if we did a movie or book about you, what would be the title of that movie or that book?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say beat the odds. Beat the odds.